Hey, what is up, guys? My name is the King Live, and today we are going to go over some Viper walls in the game Valorant. If you're playing Valorant, you're playing Viper, you might have some trouble with her wall. This is maybe just trouble in general, learning how to play her. These walls will give you an entrance to a site that you know that you can use pretty much every round. We're going to give every single site on the game. So far, there's only 3 maps, right? So I'll show you a wall for each site. Hopefully that'll help you out with playing the character as an attacker and just learning the game a little bit. This is a very difficult character to play, so if you're struggling with Viper, don't feel bad about it. Her kit's a little bit weird. Some people have called her kind of weak. Her ultimate, though, is incredibly strong, so don't be deceived. Viper is a very good character if you know how to play her. Hopefully, after I show you guys some of these walls, if you are feeling like dead weight as Viper, you'll feel a little bit less like dead weight. I've played her in a couple matches. I think that she's pretty fun. These walls have definitely helped me. She definitely seems like one of those characters that you kind of need a little bit of a team coordination thing going on. So if you're feeling like you're not very good with her, don't feel too bad. We're going to help you out here today, okay? Let's get into it. The first map that we're going to be loading into is Split right here. Split is an excellent map. I like it a lot. It's probably one of her strongest walls in the game, actually. I'm not sure if this one's going to get patched out, but I'll show it to you guys here. If it's not patched yet, then you're welcome to use it. So to actually hit this one right here, you're going to have to come over to here, this position in the back. You can kind of line this up before the round, but you're not actually going to be able to tell until you get into the round if you have the wall correctly lined up. So you're going to get this building right here, line it up with the building in the back. You see it right here, this one right here, the corner right there. You're going to line that up with the corner right there. Come up here, just about this area. Try to replicate this image if you can in your game. You're going to aim right here. You see there's 3 lines right here. 1, 2, 3. There's the third one right there. And if you look over on the map, you'll see that I'm lining up this smoke right here for this position. Look at the mini map right there. You see this is going to hit heaven, and this is also going to hit the staircase. Now you throw this, run around. We'll go see if we actually landed it here. This one's kind of perfect, but luckily you have the map there to tell you basically if you got it right. Now you see this will land right here, these 2 spots right here, and if you come over here, it's going to land right in this doorway, hopefully, and it did. Look at that. Now you activate this, they're going to be smoked off heaven. If they want to do anything here, look at that. This entire thing is smoked off. They want to come over the stairs, look at that. This entire thing is smoked off. There's no way to really cover the site at this point unless they're playing up here. So you're still going to have to deal with them over in this position. What I like about this smoke particularly is I played a lot of Brimstone. And generally when you're playing as Brimstone as attack, these are 2 key locations that I'll smoke. I'll smoke the stairs and I'll smoke up here. When you have a Viper take care of this, then you're able to just drop your Brimstone smoke over here in this corner, and you're able to just push on site and take site. Now, a couple other common positions that the enemies will be playing, so keep this in mind. A lot of the times people play like right here, this position right here. So keep a lookout for that. When you enter the site, make sure to come over here, check these 2 corners right here. A lot of people will be playing there. Otherwise, people can also be playing site over here. This is an okay position to play. You might be playing over here. So just keep that in mind as well. But if you've landed both these smokes on the stairs with these, and then you have a Brimstone smoke this area, those are basically the only locations that you're going to have to worry about. You might worry about somebody coming over here, but aside from that, no, you'll be pretty set to get that bomb plant. You can plant like right here. It's pretty standard. And you can watch this from any of those locations. Maybe you'll watch it from over here. Just in case somebody peeks it, you'll have somebody watching this area, because that's obviously going to be a very clear location for them to come from if you have this whole thing smoked. Her fuel resource is kind of weird to manage, so you want to get used to that. I generally will wait until you have 100 fuel to push in. Once you've landed the wall, you can push this wall up. This will give you enough time to enter the site, get the bomb plant, and then while you're defending, you're going to run out of fuel eventually, obviously. You can drop the wall while you're waiting for the rotates. The rotates are going to take a second. As soon as you think the rotates are in, you can throw the wall back up. So now I definitely recommend practicing that smoke, because that one's a little bit pixel perfect. It takes a couple times to be able to get it down quickly within a match. Your timing is kind of a thing in this game, unfortunately. This next one I'm going to show you is a little bit easier to land. It's still one that you're going to have to line up. So maybe you want to practice this one while you're at it, but it's not as terrible. You're going to come right here on this pipe. Line up like right on this pipe. You see that pipe that's right on your screen? That little guy that's like right there. You're going to line up on that pipe. And you're going to aim up. You see where the satellite is kind of? You're going to line up on the wire right there. Go a little bit to the right, and then just throw that baby. That baby's going to go all the way over. Well, King, where's that going to land? This is going to land beautifully over here on heaven, right here. Unfortunately, you're not able to get this position. I tried for a while to find a smoke that hit this one. If somebody has one, you're welcome to show me. Hit me up. But you are able to hit this whole area right here. which is really nice. If anybody's coming over here to play this position, this is an often spot where you push on the site, you go for the bomb plant, they're holding on this angle, they're able to kill you while you're coming in. They're not going to be able to do that while this is active. It'll block them off quite a bit. They won't be able to get vision on there. They will be able to see you over here coming into the site. So if you have a Phoenix or a Sage coming in here, you can drop the wall right there just so they can't see you coming in. If you have any other way to deal with the Heaven, I would recommend it. Maybe you have a Brimstone on your team. He could smoke Heaven for you. But aside from that, this is going to block off this whole area right here, which is pretty juicy. They can't really do anything there. Once you get onto site, maybe you want to throw a smoke right here or something. That'll help your... That didn't go where I wanted it to. Maybe you want to throw a smoke like right here or something. That'll help your team out a little bit. But another cool thing is that it also blocks off right down here as well. So if they do drop down, they're not really going to be able to do anything unless they push through here. They may push through here, and that'll give them a little bit of a room. But when the smoke gets really juicy, it's when you land it like right on the edge here. You want to be careful when you're throwing it, because if you do throw it poorly, it's going to land on the bottom half, though. And if you think you're going to have the upper half smoked and then you don't, that can be really awkward when you enter, right? So, practice this one a couple times so you can get it right. After practicing it a few times, I generally will land it right here anyway, every time. So, it's not too difficult to land, but get the hang of it. Keep note of this spot when you enter the site once again, just to make sure that you're not getting annihilated by somebody who's just sitting Heaven, but this smoke will really help you enter B site on this map. Now this is going to be a smoke for middle on the map. If you're going to look to take mid, this is going to be a pretty essential one to throw. This one helps out a lot. Definitely makes teams panic a little bit here. You're going to take this Viper character right here. You're going to be standing pretty much in the same spot that we threw the last smoke, which is right over there. You're going to be coming over here, and you're just going to look up here. Aim real high. Aim real high. You're going to line it up. You see where that's lined up right there? You're going to be blocking off the left side and the right side at the same time. Isn't that crazy? Throw down that smoke. Look at this. Now we activate that. When you come out here, they're not going to be playing either of those doorways. They're going to have to be playing from this corner. That is it. You're able to do whatever you want with this smoke. Maybe if you plan to push this side, you can do that. You can come in here. I wouldn't generally Molotov it when you push in as well, but you can push in here. You can go this way, or if you wanted to go the other way, totally welcome to do that as well. You have a lot of room to work with here. This smoke basically just gives you full mid control, which is super nice about it. It also blocks off a little bit over here, so if you have somebody kind of watching this area, then that will be kind of nice. But the cool thing about Viper's smokes is that you can actually reactivate them throughout the round. So right, when you throw something like this down, if you want to go back through middle eventually, or if you need to use this again, you can throw this back down, right? And you can play this position. If you have somebody playing over here and they need to get through, you can utilize this smoke later in the round. Same thing with this one that we landed over here. You can utilize the smoke multiple times throughout your push. Not everyone's smokes last for the entire round, right? Hers can be reactivated. That's pretty cool. All right, these next smokes that I'm going to be showing you are going to be in the map Bind. Now, we are just doing attack side smokes right now for this video. If you do want to see some defense side smokes, be sure to leave that in the comments below. Maybe we can do something like that in the future. But primarily, I think that people have been struggling on attack Viper, so this is what I'm kind of just showing off right now. This one I think is pretty cool. So if you come over here to a site on Bind, you're able to throw this one. You just kind of line this up from over here in this little alleyway or whatever. You go onto your map, aim up. You're going to aim at the side of the truck on site. You'll just aim up, throw that baby. That baby is going to fly all the way over. So you're going to hit all of this. It's going to land right around here on this box. It's going to block off that. Once you throw it up, you can come over here and do this as well. Jump, throw that. And that's going to fly all the way over here. That'll land right on Heaven. Look at that. Isn't that juicy? So now you've blocked off half this site, and you're thinking, well, King, so what good is this one right here? This one's really cool because it's going to block off this half of the site when you're pushing in. So if somebody's playing outside of showers, you're not going to have any trouble with them. You're just going to have to worry about this area right here, especially if you have that up in Heaven. You can activate them both. This will give you just enough time to come in, and you can plant this. Okay, well, King, that blocks off half the site. What if there's people just playing over here? This is what's really cool about this smoke right here. This same thing that's blocking off half of the site for you is also blocking off half the site for these guys, right? So these guys coming out of shower as this wall's up, they don't have to worry about that, and they especially don't have to worry about Heaven if you smoke that off. They just have to worry about these guys right here. Isn't that cool? You basically give a specific role to each team right here, or each side of the offensive team. You have the guys on short who got to worry about over here, and then you have the guys at showers who have to worry about over here. Now, if you do this multiple times and you have somebody play in this position, then maybe they'll have to come over here and they'll deal with showers in this way. But for the most part, you can get this bomb plant at this location right here, right on truck or U-Haul or whatever people are calling this. You can get the bomb plant right here, and you can just play this from lamps over here. You can play it from short. This is incredible for site takes. If you're looking to take sites as Viper, this is how you do it right here. All right, so this is going to be the next one I've been throwing out. You can line this up like right over here as Viper, throw that baby up. This wall is going to go down straight over here, wall off basically half the site. When you activate this, it's going to go up. Anybody who's playing this half of the site is going to have this wall. They're not going to be able to see you. You'll be able to come in. You can clear this whole area out, especially as Viper if you're all sneaky beaky like. You can come over here, dude. You can come into CT. There's a lot that you can do with this smoke. And you can play this position. You can pick off people. They won't see this coming, especially the first time that you do this. So this could be really nasty. Just to get kind of information on the site, information in the game. You can also come back over here, kind of sneak your way over here. This one's pretty decent. Alternatively, if you wanted to push hookah, this is one that you could throw. You can just come right over here, wall off the same area-ish. That's going to, again, wall off this half of the site over here so you can push in. You don't have to worry about this whole area. If anybody's playing sand, they're going to have to push through here to actually see you. So generally, you'll do this smoke while you have somebody pushing along over here so they can clear this area out. This makes it so they just don't have to worry about this half of the site. Your other half of your team can deal with it. Then you can get the bomb plan over here. This is pretty standard right here. I don't recommend planning inside the box because there's not a lot of positions that you can play this from, right? This will make for a pretty easy defuse and you'll have to run in. If you get into a situation where you want to play time, you can't really play time while the bomb is planted in here. It makes it a lot more difficult. So I generally play it right here or right here. Just so it's a little bit easier to play time. Say you're playing up in hookah and you have the bomb planted right there at standard. You can have somebody watching teleporter right here, say. If somebody comes to teleporter, they can kill them. If somebody's coming over here in mid, they can kill them. If the bomb's planted in there, it makes it a lot more difficult for any player. If this person's the last person alive and they have to play time, it makes it a lot more difficult for them to deal with it. They're going to have to shoot through that box. They'll have to run all the way over here. This takes quite a bit of time for them to do that. It's an easy shot for anybody who's just holding this angle. They can fire you as you're coming around. Like, there's a lot of reasons that you would not plan in this box. I can't think of a lot to plan in this box necessarily. So, generally, playing right here. So unfortunately, this A site's a little bit of a harder site for Viper because you can't just really smoke off half the site and then not worry about it. It's very easy for somebody to play Heaven and take over the long position and take over this, and you can't really get a wall in Heaven, unfortunately, that'll deal with them. So I found one of the better smokes that you could throw is just this guy. Throw him straight over. It'll cover kind of long when you're pushing in. It'll block off this whole area as you're making an entrance too, so that's kind of neat. I wouldn't really recommend pushing through it just because if somebody's sitting on the other side, they'll just mow you down. But you can drop this wall and give you a little bit of cover, and you'll come over here. This one's kind of nice because it's going to block off Heaven from this position, right? So you can come in. If you got to get the bomb plant, you can plant on this corner. You have a little bit of time with your toxins if you're sitting at 100. Get that bomb plant, and you might be able to run to safety before it drops, right? This one's especially nice because it's not going to screw up your short guys, right? If you throw a wall right here, which is the thing that you can do, this wall is going to make it so anybody who's coming from CT, you're not going to have vision on them coming from short, right? If you do something like that, say, hey, there's a smoke like sitting right there, smoke wall. This person is pushing up short right here. They can come all the way around without being seen, shift walking, and they can come right over here. They can push through the smoke, and they can kill you while you're planting right there while you've pushed in. This isn't the best wall to throw right here in this scenario, but I prefer this one over here. This one doesn't really screw anybody up, and your team that's coming from short, if you have a couple teammates who are coming in right here, they'll be able to cover you just in case anybody tries to push through there. This Heaven guy won't be able to see you. If you do need to deal with this Heaven guy, I do have a smoke that works most of the time for me. I would come into this match and practice it, figure out like a precise spot to throw it. But you can come over here. You can kind of line up this thing right here, this little dude, this corner. You line that up with that corner on the wall. That guy right there. Line it up right there. I did not pick up my poison orb. This is real awkward. Hold on. Line up the corner right there with this corner right here. You're going to pull out your dude and aim right around here. Jump throw. That'll fly over.
Poison orb emitting.
Right there. Looks like they do have a little bit of room to peek out right there. You can kind of revise it a little bit for yourself. These are just kind of things that I've spitballed to put that together in like 10 minutes. So now there are probably better characters to smoke this upper part, like you have a Brimstone or Omen or something on your team, then you can do this. But this is just solely if you are a Viper and you are trying to carry, your teammates are not throwing smokes, you can do all of this utility yourself, right? Anybody who's trying to play Heaven up here will have trouble seeing you. If you go for the bomb plane right there, maybe they'll spray you. But as long as you have this window walled off, it's going to be really difficult for anybody to be playing this position. They're not really going to get much accomplished right here. All right, you want to wall off mid. What do we do? Well, you can come over here. This is one that you could throw. Just come right in here. You're going to wall off the entire left-hand side of that. That'll fly straight through. Hit this location right on the corner.
Toxins going up.
It won't fly over here, unfortunately. This isn't an amazing sight for Viper because, as you can see, there's a roof. But when this wall lands, they won't be able to watch mid. There's no angle that they can really watch this window from. You'll be able to take full mid control right here. You'll be able to push up. These boys won't see it coming. If they're pushing out of garage, then you might have a little bit of trouble with them. But now, coming out of mid, this wall will be up. They won't be able to see anything coming out of this area. You'll be able to push up real nice and close right here. This is kind of what Viper's for. When this wall falls, you will have full control. Well, not control, but full vision of this area. Generally, when I take the site, what I'll do is I'll smoke to the left. I'll sage wall the right here. And I'll run in and I'll get this plant down. If you plant this for window, then you can fall back and you can play this position. Now, be careful whenever you play B site on this map, because something that you'll see very frequently is people rotating from all the way around here. Luckily, if you have this wall up too, you can throw that up. That'll block. That'll give you a little bit of cover. Anybody who's coming out of this wall is not going to see anything coming, right? Now you can also play positions like this, headshot. If you're watching the bomb right there while you have this wall up, hopefully somebody's going to be watching your left over here. They'll be watching out of garage. That's around 3 people right there, right? And then maybe you have some people on site watching this. Maybe they'll be watching like from right here. Maybe somebody will be watching from like right here. I don't love this position right here because you're very exposed. So I'll generally play this from like back here or something. But particularly though, this wall's pretty decent, right? Nobody can see you out a window. You'll be pretty safe to come around here. If somebody's playing up there, that's something that you have to worry about. If there's a jet or something up there, but for the most part, this wall is going to do your team pretty good work. You'll be able to push up here. Your team will appreciate you. And then lastly, on C site, you could throw this one. This one's pretty basic. You just kind of throw it straight across the site. I like to try to angle it right at the edge of this box right here. So if you do end up planting it, it'll be on your side of the smoke. So this guy will land like right around here, block off garage for you, and it'll block off CT if they try to come through here. This will give you enough time to get the bomb down. I don't know if it's awesome to leave this smoke up once they start pushing in, because they have a lot of room to work with here, right? You just want to be careful for people coming through the smoke. If they're coming through in like unexpected positions, then that might not be good for your team. So this is a decent wall. It's going to be okay for preventing retakes, but aside from that, this isn't going to do too much on taking the site itself. Of course, if you do end up landing a pick for long, you could always go for the tried and trusted, just throwing this baby down like that, throwing the wall up as you're pushing in, and you can get the plant right here. I don't think that's a terrible idea, honestly. Anybody who wants to peek you is going to have to push through this smoke. They'll be revealing themselves to the entire team right here. Make sure that you do end up dropping the smoke once you take the site. Give your team a chance to reposition. Maybe they wanted to play different spots on the site. But if you do end up planting the bomb for long, which I recommend that you do if you are getting the plant, I like to plant in a position kind of like this. A lot of people plant it right here. If you plant it right here, you can't play the bomb for long. Your long player, if somebody's going to be playing from this distance, they're going to have to run all the way around. If you plant it right here, this is going to make the round easier to win for your team, right? Plant the bomb right here instead, and you can have somebody playing from all the way over here, right? Maybe they're playing right here, the toxins are up, maybe they hear somebody coming in, they could peek in behind a couple of people who are rotating, kill them, that would be pretty nutty. Or they could just play it from over here, right? They could play this position while somebody's pushing in, maybe they don't see this person, they're playing like the lurk, kill them right there. Bomb's planted right here, so if they go for the defuse, if your team ends up losing the site, this player come over here, they can pick off the defuser. Especially in a solo situation, you can't lose this. You literally cannot lose this. In a solo situation, they have to fake the defuse, and then they have to peek for you. And if they don't land their shot, guess what? You just unpeek again, because you know that they're not defusing. It's very difficult to lose a 1v1 if you're playing a position like that. So I always recommend planting the bomb for long. The even cooler part is if you plant it in a position like this, something right here, you could play this from any position. Where they're going to have to scout you out. They don't know where you're playing. You could be playing garage if somebody's sneaking in. You could be playing CT if somebody's sneaking in. You have this giant freaking wall to rotate around, right? If you have this wall down, that's a difficult thing to deal with. So this wall's a little bit more dangerous to throw because, like I said, you have to be throwing it from being revealed. But it's one that proves pretty effective. The only thing you'll have to watch for, obviously, is them spraying through this, but there's no way to really tell exactly where you're at, so just be careful of that when you're pushing. Maybe you want to Sova dart this or something. just to reveal
Toxins
people while you're
down.
pushing through, but there's lots of things that you can do here. But anyway, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed any of those Viper walls, if you intend to be using them in any of your games, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. If there's any other character guides that you'd like to see, just sure to drop it in the comments below as well. I'm kind of still getting a feel for the channel and stuff. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos, so thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. It really helps us out. And also join the Discord, dude. We have so many awesome people in the Discord. I've been playing a lot of games in there. We hang out on all the channels and stuff, so if you're looking to hop in and get some games, then be sure to stop by. And we also stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday on twitch.tv/thekinglive. So you can check us out there. We are generally live at 8 p.m. Central. But other than that, I will see you guys in my next video.